adding a spark to what was becoming a complacent industry.
Your music seemed to have turned right over when Neil joined the band.
Turned over and died.
You've been asked that one before, haven't you? All your lyrics are sort of mystic and that kind of thing. What's on your reading list?
Oh, I try to cover a lot of different things with reading. I read a little bit of science fiction, a little bit of fantasy, and a lot of English literature, Beano, Bunter.
Incredible Bulk.
A lot of stuff, some serious and some not serious. Just keep the head active.
And Alex and I can't read.
Well, you can't read, and you never seem to write. How come you guys don't contribute more songs lyrically?
Well, you know, we don't talk so good. Like, talk for yourself.
I usually pull a tune out every couple of albums, but that's about it. This guy does it, and you're welcome to it. Alex and I prefer to spend more time on music. That's what moves us.
So it comes down to a lot of times when we're working on writing, we'll split up, and the two of them will go together and work on music while I work on lyrics. It's just a matter of facility, really. I have a facility with words that I don't have with notes, and they have it with notes. So it's a good balance.
Three guys sort of been living in each other's pockets for 10 years, and these guys go off while you write the lyrics. Do you ever get paranoid?
No. We just put together ideas when we're apart like that, and then everything we do really comes down to a unanimous decision. With the recording thing, it's with Terry Brown, it's a four-way unanimous decision. Unanimous.
Unanimous.
And if all of us aren't excited about it, then we'll stop and re-examine it and possibly throw the idea away and start again. You know? Everybody has to be excited about it, or it's not going to happen.
Have you thought of doing what Supertramp did and just taking it off the road and just doing records and those kind of projects?
I think we'd wither away if we were to do something like that. We're very much a live band, and we love touring and we love playing. So
yeah, it's a lot of fun to play.
You know, to sit around and just make albums would get kind of boring after a while, I think, for us.
I would seem to think that you'd start to lose your perspective on things too. So when we're traveling all the time, you can't help but keep your pulse on the real world, as you're thrust out in the middle of it. You know, touring is certainly, as most everyone knows by now, it's a wonderful experience, and it has its seamy side as well as its enjoyable side. And you can't help but keep an objective kind of perspective on things, and know that you're part of the real world. Whereas buried in the studio, you lose that. You know, you become isolated, and I would think in a larger sense, you tend to become personally isolated from the rest.
You did what every young Canadian basement band dreams of. I mean, you actually did it. You got out of the basement, and now you're, you know, one of the world's major headliners, all that kind of stuff. How far do you feel from those kind of kids now?
That's a hard question. It's hard to gauge that, you know.
It's like saying, how far do I feel from myself when I was 18? You know, a long way, obviously. Still the same in some ways.
We definitely try to keep in mind who we play for and why we're playing. I think as long as we maintain the idea and remember why we're here, then we're very much in tune with those people.
A lot of times we make a decision based on how we would feel at the time when we were 17 or 18 and a fan of a band.
Yeah, we're still fans too. I mean, there's still bands that we go crazy over, and still lots of concerts that we like to go see, and so I think there's still quite a point of relation to that.
Who would you go see?
Who would I go see? Oh, I'd go see Yes in a second.
Yeah, we went to see Yes once when we were recording Precious Steel.
Yeah.
Took a night off and went down to the show, and then didn't want to record the rest of the album.
Just recently in London, we all went to see Bill Bruford's new band too, which was a real treat for us to have a night off and to have someone who we all really liked playing in town.
I went to see UK when they were at O'Keefe Centre in Toronto. It's nice going to concerts when you can.
Who do you listen to at home? Records?
Those people we mentioned, plus a whole lot more, you know, all kinds of people. Recently, the Talking Heads and on the turntable a lot. Police, Pink Floyd, definitely.
New Pink Floyd album.
There's all kinds of exciting music happening.
You were the band that really proved that you could get out there without radio airplay. You could actually just do it by getting out there and playing for people. You think that's still possible for a young band now?
Well, we were told it was impossible when we did it, so if it's impossible now, then I would say do it. That's really what it comes down to, is not compromising. And if you don't give up, then you just keep going.
Well, it's all down to how much you want to work, you know? I mean, those people are right if they say that you can get there a lot faster if you do it this way. Sure, you can get there a lot faster, but what do you give up on the way? That's a really important question. You know, if you're not prepared to give up anything, then you've got to be prepared to put a lot of time into it and a lot of work.
Can you honestly say that along the line there's been no major compromise?
Yeah.
Yeah, no minor ones either, I don't think.
It's not a bad track record in what is a really cutthroat industry.
Yeah, well, it's been done by a lot of other people than us. You know, we're not the only ones.
It's not like we're being smug about it because we're not the only ones and we don't feel like we're in a special category.
We're not pioneers by any stretch of the imagination. We're not no Lewis and Clark expedition here. There's lots of bands that have proved it to us. That's why we wanted to do it the same way. People like Yes and people like Pink Floyd and all those people did it way before us. We just wanted to do it the way they did it. You know, rather than do it the way people that we don't admire have done it. I mean, that's really what it's down to. It's certainly not an original concept. It's been around for as long as there's been people.
You're telling us something about the...
How long have you had this skin condition, Lurks?
What's that?
You're really looking well today. I think your skin's getting better.
Yeah, I was down south for a couple of weeks. Got a little bit of sun. I was green with envy for a while.
What a handsome guy.
I'm ignorant now.
Okay.
Fine.